I'm Mike, N2MAK, and I'm at the Hemlock-Canadice State Forest for a Parks on the Air activation. We're going to use the K4OGO Coastal 20 antenna. Let's get set up. We're using a LDG 9-to-1. We got bongo ties to secure that to the MFJ mast. There's a 3-foot counterpoise hanging down. Then going up, there's a 17.5-foot radiating element. It doesn't go all the way up. The 9-to-1 is connected to a 1-to-1. That's for the common mode current since it's an unbalanced antenna. And then of course, you got the RG8X coax, and that's going into the ICOM 7300. We'll be using that today. And then we got an awesome view. One of the nice things about this setup is it really doesn't take up a lot of space. There's no radials required for the vertical. So I can be out of the way if anyone else needs to use the parking lot or the boat launch. All right, let's get this on the air. All right, we got it in emergency mode and timeout. Why am I using emergency mode? Well, turns out after I got everything set up, the radio, the antenna, I wasn't able to tune 20 meters. Now, this is the first time that I was using this radio with the 7300, and that only has an internal tuner of 3-to-1. So if I put it into emergency mode, it does give me the enhanced tuner. It limits power to 50 watts. That helps protect the internals from higher currents and voltages that you're going to see from a high SWR. But it got me thinking what was going on there, and I wanted to take a look. So fast forward to today, set up the antenna at the house, and got my nano VNA to take some readings. And once I saw what the SWR curve looked like, it kind of made sense. 10 meters, the SWR is really high. It's 6.5, 5.5 to 1, and the radio is not going to be able to handle that with a 3-to-1 tuner. It gets a little bit better down at 12 meters and 15 meters. It's about 2-to-1, 2.5 to 1 there. But then at 17 meters and 20 meters, the SWR is 3-to-1 or higher. That's why the radio didn't like it, and it wasn't able to tune it using the regular internal tuner. No big deal, but it got me thinking, what if we used a 4-to-1 on instead of a 9-to-1? So I swapped them out real quick. It was real easy to do, and took readings with the nano VNA, but also hooked it up to the radio to see what the radio thought as well. And turns out, much better SWR. In fact, it's below 2-to-1 on 12 meters, 15 meters, 17 meters, and 20 meters. 10 meters, for whatever reason, it's still high. It's 5.5, 6.5 to 1 again. But this means now that the internal tuner can easily handle that. And I hooked it up, tested it out, and I was able to tune it flat on all those bands, 12 meters, down to 20 meters. So that's great. It might be the way to go, in fact, for this type of an antenna and setup. But what does that mean? What this all means is I just got a new antenna set up. I got to get out and get on the air and try out. This is what we do. We mess around and we find out. Does it mean that there's a problem with the Coastal 20 using a 9-to-1? Not at all. In fact, let's get back to the activation and see how the antenna does. We got less than an hour before the UTC day change, so let's get on the air.
Whiskey 4, Papa Hotel Charlie.
Whiskey 4, Papa Hotel Charlie. I got you 5-9 here into Western New York at Kilo 5051 QSL.
Got you a good 5-8 here in North Georgia, Mike.
Kilo Delta 9, Kilo Lima Bravo.
Got you 5-7 here at the park, Kilo 5051 QSL.
Roger, Roger, to 5-7. I have you a 5-8, almost a 5-9 here in Southern Illinois.
Yeah, Kilo India 5, Papa Yankee QSL.
Kilo India 5, Papa Yankee QSL 5-7 into Kilo 5051. Back to you.
Roger, that's a 5-7 both ways. Texas, Tango X-ray, have fun out there, 7-3.
November 4, Charlie Whiskey Bravo, you're 5-9, South Carolina.
Roger, Roger. November 4, Charlie Whiskey Bravo 59 here into New York at Kilo 5051. Thanks for the contact and have a great night. 7-3, bud.
Thank you, 73.
Echo Alpha 9, Lima Sierra. Echo Alpha 9, London Sugar, 5 and 5. QSL?
QSL, Echo Alpha 9, Lima Sierra. I have you a 5-9. Great signal here into Western New York at Park Kilo 5051. QSL?
Okay, thank you. No problem. Very good copy. Thank you, 73. Good luck. Whiskey 7, Kilo Delta Lima.
Whiskey 7, Kilo Delta Lima. I've got you 5-7 here into Kilo 5051, Western New York. QSL?
Oh, QSL there. You got a good signal. Most of the time you're S9, but right now S7. Conditions very variable. Mobile, Kilo Foxtrot 0, India Papa Tango, mobile.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, India Papa Tango 5-9. Great signal here into Kilo 5051. QSL?
QSL, you're 5-9 as well, here into Central Missouri. Mike Oscar.
Whiskey 5, Quebec Charlie.
Whiskey 5, Quebec Charlie 5-9 here at the park. QSL?
Thank you for the 5-9. You're 5-9 also. 59 in Arkansas. Alpha Romeo. QSL? Alpha Juliet 5 Charlie.
Alpha Juliet 5 Charlie. I got you 5-5 here at Kilo 5051. QSL?
Yeah, Roger, Roger. Mike got you 5-9 here in Arkansas. Thanks for November 4, Mike Delta Whiskey.
November 4, Mike Delta Whiskey. I got you 5-6 into Kilo 5051. QSL?
QSL, get you 5-9 into Northwest Florida.
QSL, Italy 4, Romeo Hotel Papa. I have you a 5-1 here at the park. QSL?
All right, we're giving FT8 a try on 30 meters. Let's see how it goes. Well, look at that. We got one. We got a contact on 30 meter FT8. All right, that's going to do it. 23 total contacts in the log. It was an awesome activation. I had a lot of fun, and I wish I could stay longer. It's absolutely gorgeous out here tonight, but I got to get back. Started out on 20 meters SSB, ran 50 watts on the ICOM IC-7300 with the K4OGO Coastal 20 antenna. We got 17 in the log in just 11 minutes, so a nice little pile up there, including some DX to Italy and Spain. Had somebody move in on the frequency, though. I could barely hear them. It didn't seem like they could hear me, or if they could, they didn't really care. But it is what it is. I decided to spin the dial, see what else was going on the band, but it wasn't in great shape. So I figured, let's see if this thing works on 30 meters. Tuned it up and did some FT8 and managed to get 6 contacts, 30 meters FT8 at 50 watts in just 11 minutes. So all in all, we got 23 contacts tonight for the activation in about 23 minutes, both digital and SSB. So I'm real happy. And like I said, it's absolutely gorgeous out. I wish I could stay and do a late shift, but I got to get back home. I want to get out, try the antenna more, see how it does on some of the other bands. But for now, this is a good start. I'm real happy with it. It's nice to have an antenna that's got capabilities on multiple bands and one that sets up pretty quick and doesn't have a big footprint. So I'm really digging this so far. Looking forward to trying it some more. Thanks a lot, Walt, for sharing the design. And if you haven't yet, click like, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment or a question down below. I'll do my best to respond. I'm Mike, N2M8K 73.